Okay, there we go. I don't know how, but so my mic has a. I've got a muting option in Twitch Studio, and then there's also a muting option on the microphone itself. Somehow both of them were muted, so yeah. But yeah, I still kind of have a bad taste on my mouth how things ended last night with the First Legion, but at the very least, things can make some forward progress now, which is something. Alright. Sebanias. It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? To think we could reclaim it. We built it all for ourselves. But this is all this before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me. Take me with you, please. So we've basically gone and freed Alize and Alphino and refused to let ourselves well, we refuse to surrender to this little small contingent of the Empire that was trying to basically hold out hope that they could go and take back the capital themselves. And so, with all that taken care of, we're trying to go and help whoever is willing to accept our help. Which I have no idea how many people that will be, since they have to be willing to put aside their pride to accept help from someone who was once an enemy. Well, got the Aetheryte sword in the end. All it took was a few adjustments and now works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, that one in Laterra is also functioning as normal. So, that's where you lot are staying at, isn't it? Now that most of us are packing up and leaving this place, I reckon there's would be more use for me and my skills at your camp. Oh, that's good at least. Flavius, you gonna come? It's you, the one who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you're not from around here. I thought you were one of us. Not that makes any difference now. Purebloods, migrants, savages. After all the words, after a while, all the words start to lose meaning. Until all you're left with is anger and fear and hate. And I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'll gladly accept it. One quick moment. I need to grab some water. I use a humidifier when I sleep, and I think it ran out of water midnight, so my throat's a little dry this morning. Part of that's because I ended up sleeping longer than I normally would. Why? We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass, what we'd hoped to talk about with Quintus. But all that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Yeah, some of them. Thank the 12. Thank the 12. You and I should go on first and secure the route back to Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures and tempered skulking about, I expect we'll have our hands full. This should come in handy. Conqueror's Chain, courtesy of Lamencian friends. I'd save it for the tempered, though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on your map. Once you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp. Conqueror's Chain. Etherically treated chains capable of binding even the wriggliest of opponents. Okay. I feel like it sounds like a key term I should remember from somewhere, but for the life of me, I do not remember. Up here's another side quest. Azure-haired woman. A woman with startling blue hair is in search of her son, who disappeared without a trace. Excuse me, Mom. Have you seen a little boy with hair similar shade to mine? He's my son, and I can't seem to find him anywhere. It all started when I told him we ought to seek refuge in your encampment. He started wailing and sobbing like I'd never seen. The next thing I knew, he was running hell for leather, goodness knows where. I'm worried that he may have left the station altogether, and the streets above are rife with danger. Please, could you help me find him? Oh, you will? Bless your heart. If I know my son, he's probably tried to run to our house to the north of Platium Novum. Try there first before anywhere. He'll be able to be easily recognized, I think, what with the color of his hair and all. Yeah, I don't think there are a crazy amount of them with blue hair, though, I mean, Euless definitely does have that same shade. At first, when she until she mentioned that they were railing and whatnot, I thought it might have been Euless, actually. This is where the wreckage was. Where are you, kid? Maybe inside the building? Other side of it, maybe? Here you are. Another blocked street. Who are you? Hey, Mom says hi. Mother sent you? Tell her I won't go to the enemy's camp. I'm going home. Boy with a sky blue hair has made a good of his escape. You had best resume your search for this ostentatious youth. Obstreperous. I have never heard that word before. Stop following me! Hmm? I don't think that's gonna stop me, my kid. Once again, the boy with sky blue hair has taken flight, and he's likely looking over his shoulder for signs of trouble for now. And with a weary sigh, you resume your hunt. Follow the boy at a safe distance. Alright. I know you're up to no good. Perhaps I lost her. I definitely feel like tailing missions are one of those things where it doesn't exactly improve the quality of the game. This way's blocked too. I'm going home no matter what. Alright, Runar, get close. Must have been the wind. Perhaps I lost her. You know, it's weird seeing, like, cars and trucks in 14. Not that I don't doubt that the Garlemalds have the, uh, the tech in order to do that. Okay, Robit. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
This can't be.
Home is destroyed, huh, kid? You're not the only one dealing with that right now.
No, our home, it was right here, right here. You again? Leave me alone. I'm staying here to build a new house, a bigger and better than the old one.
The child has escaped your grasp yet again. Though this may be construed as particularly tiresome and endeavor, remember that he's only a child and knows no better. You should find him before he comes to harm. Hmm.
Why do you care so much? We're enemies, remember? Why are you trying to help me?
You need help in offering it. How would your mother feel if something were to happen to you?
I don't care what you say. We don't need your help. But Mother's worried. I should go back to the station.
I think it's faster to just warp there. Alrighty. You know, even though I was doing this all day yesterday, it's just crazy to think that there were people who, like, one of my friends was like level 90, like halfway through the day yesterday. And I don't, honestly, I feel like they probably skipped some cutscenes, but at the same time, I don't think they're the type of person who would. Like, I think they cared about the story, so like,
I was wondering when I would see you again. I'm happy to report my son has returned, poor creature. You should have seen him, tears pouring down his little cheeks, crying his apologies to me. I know you were the one who found him, though he didn't mention a word of it to me. I almost couldn't believe my ears when he said he wouldn't mind moving to your camp. He was dead against it only hours ago. What could have happened, I wonder?
well, we had a bit of a wild goose chase.
What? He was attacked? By the Horde Magitech, you say? Goodness, that must have been quite a shock for my little man. Thank you for coming to his rescue.
This is a salutary, this is a solitary lesson to be gained from this, though one that I hope he retains. Do not scorn a proffered hand when one is in need, whether that be a hand be a friend or foe's. At any rate, thank you for finding him. It's not much, but please, I insist. I'll take it. Alright, we just need to head straight south. You know, I don't know why I thought I'd be able to go through that fence. We're going practically all the way over to where the trappers are. I wonder how many other little encampments like that are scattered all across Garlemald right now. Whether they're controlled by the old Imperial legions or not, I feel like there's bound to be lots of people just kind of curled up, having to make rough decisions like that over and over again until this gets resolved. There we go. At least there is plenty of meat here for people to subsist off of. Though I suppose it's a matter of whether or not these beasts can be tempered. Because if they are, that would eventually deal some, have them mutate. Because it's not like they're being protected. Alright. Come on, dude. Calm down. We'll take care of you. Alright. This one's not purple, at least. No threats. Yeah, as always, I cough a whole bunch in the morning. It's because of acid reflex. I had breakfast, so my stomach is just going to be like, what is this? What is this abomination you've thrown within me? So it's just makes me cough a whole bunch. I'm fine, though it did make things pretty awkward once COVID started, and I would be at school or whatnot in the morning, and people were like, "Oh no, that person's coughing." I think I might have accidentally almost killed that dude for him. 'Cause he's got like 1 HP. That would have been bad. Alright. Where are you hiding, Thancred? Man, I am glad that we have a stealth expert in our, like main party. Ah, there you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The tempered proved somewhat troublesome, but those chains should keep them under control until our allies take them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to gather a few supplies and then run to the station. While I see to that, would you mind appraising Lucia of our progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting forays, but I'll save that for later. First things first, no? Fair enough. Yeah, I'm curious what if he's found a way to which way is going to be to the palace. Alright. We'll worry about you later.
Alright, Lucio. Ah, Echo. I was informed of Quintus's suicide. It must have come as a shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some of them were receptive to our proposal, but I would hear your first-hand account. Well, we did get some. That so many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops who participate in the ambush are no exception. They will be afforded the same treatment as any other refugees. Perfidly, not perfidy, notwithstanding. After all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, there's no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies that the soldiers were acting under the direct orders of their legatus, and that following a suicide, they were offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that had he lived, he would be tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with them. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability, or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Who can say? I didn't know the man, or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him, and it falls to us to clean up the mess. In from the cold. Lucia has further news from you. I assume you're curious about how many have progressed here in your absence. Quite well, as it happens. Now that we've procured ceruleum from Tapper's Den, the recent repaired heaters can provide much-needed warmth. Furthermore, we've prepared sufficient food for everyone. Those from Tertium shall find a hot meal waiting for upon their arrival. There's one for you, so go on ahead and get some well-earned rest. I believe that we're capable of wielding a ladle or two without your assistance. On your way, might I ask you to seek out Ishtola? She was but recently attending to the wounded, but she's meant to be taking rest herself. See that she is. Oh, and there's another side quest over here. Yes, yes, I have been taking proper breaks and imbibing in sufficient water. Speaking of which, if it's good enough for Yishto to drink water, I'll drink water too. But what of the Warrior of Light? You and the twins have established history of reckless disregard for your own well-being. We're all fortunate that none of you landed yourself in my care. I have already quite enough to deal with, between the tempered and the first wounded. Alas, though I can mend their bodies, the toll their experiences have taken their hearts and minds is another matter altogether. For their sake, we mustn't waver, but nor must we rush ahead in eagerness to see the day won, and in so doing invite disaster. Upon sending for supper, several cutscenes will play. It's recommended to provide sufficient time. Alright. Hmm. People were able to at least unwind a little bit, help some people. There's still work to be done, of course. I feel like people are going to be working well into the night.
Is that all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
Long enough is enough for now.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Ooh, soup. How you doing, Eunice? It's everything you needed. Heat, food. Hope for the future, but I don't know how you feel about that.
Warmth. At last.
Marvelous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Amanda Lane, you.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Minson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
Amanda Lane, I feel like you didn't do any of it though.
The hells you did. We were there every step of the way.
We? You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you lily-livered bilge rat.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here. At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it.
Take it, Euless.
I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
Mmm. It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
You calling our food bland? Worm those insides.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
Oh, Euless. You cry, I'm gonna cry. As in, I'm already crying.
I know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible.
I feel like we didn't do a lot of the work
Were
here.
it
This
not
is
for
all you
and your
guys.
fellow scions, the rifts between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea. The Ilsabard contingent. We owe it all to you.
And we owe it to you guys for listening.
We've shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter.
We often don't have the luxury of choice.
Indeed. We can but do our utmost to unite these disparate peoples and lead them to victory.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
Oh. It's blue this time. Uh-oh. Another wave of tempering going out?
On behalf of the Garlemald Empire, thank you for inviting me today.
What? Emperor Varus?
We need to get him some cover.
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
You listen. No!
Save me, brave hero!
Van Daniel!
Ahem. My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
You little... You could... and I'm gone. And they're not gonna notice that I disappeared in all the chaos. This isn't good.
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
I don't like what I'm hearing.
Now, it is time for you to awaken.
Food? Is this our date with Xenos?
Good morrow to you. Here,
What?
have a taste before it gets cold.
Butler
Oh, but
Butler
be sure
Van Daniel.
to remove your helmet. Take a moment too to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh.
But what did you do to us?
So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing.
Where's my body?
We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Aulus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamego.
That little punk?
His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test subject.
Give me back my body.
And permit you to go on a righteous rampage instead of partaking in this delicious meal?
This also prevents them from having to deal with Lalafell tiny people ruining the
I've gone
cutscene.
to great lengths to reunite you with my lord. When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes.
My only friend, we shall see which of us can eat more food quickly. It shall be a contest of eating between us.
What is that?
Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate.
Uh-oh.
Ah, exposition is in order.
Exposition, indeed.
The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need.
Emperor Varus?
Who then? Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course.
Did they make a primal version of Varus?
As you have observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Galvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck. The people cried out for salvation. Their earnest
Oh, this must be
pleas,
Anima.
one might even call them prayers, a supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varus himself. And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit, their anima.
Ah, that's the lore for Anima here.
It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself.
Really?
An ingenious design.
How did you pull that off?
Would you not agree, my lord?
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not.
Yeah.
Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery.
Are you saying I shouldn't worry about fighting you? Pan Daniel, what's with that saunter?
Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamego. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive you deprive us of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria.
So you're saying you're better than before?
I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion.
All those push-ups.
Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone.
I don't like your gifts, Xenos.
At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh boy.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
I haven't even started mine, Pan Daniel.
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost her appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions.
Yeah, I'm not interested in eating your food. I just want my body back so I can beat you up.
While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see. Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself.
You're not giving my body back, are you?
Or together.
Wait. No. Xenos, get out of my body. This isn't funny, Xenos. Xenos? Xenos?
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you? I shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak. We'd better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity.
Alright, Xenos, I'm taking your body then. I need to figure out that echo ability of taking over bodies so I can get back into mine.
Ah, there it is. Your camp, I believe.
You changed in that portal?
If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making her way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it. My lord would be cross if I made it too easy.
Uh...
Such Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Right on cue. Tempered soldiers, withstanding orders to kill those not sworn to anima.
Which is not us.
Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them. But on this occasion, the odds are not so heavily stacked in your favor.
Alright, I've just got basic paladin combo. And it's appropriate that you were playing as paladin, huh? I don't have a soul crystal either, so it's not like I can, I would be able to pull off, like, my paladin spells. Oh, this is a lot harder. Crap, 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 get out of the way. I have no HP regeneration?
Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows. Scurrying about like a rodent.
I have a timer. Can we, alright. I'm not gonna be able to get over there. More medical kits? Could use it. I can't believe they've gone and done this to me. Okay. Key and identification. Do I need to get that from the fallen stuff still? Just a medical kit. Oh boy. I need to find a suit of Magitech armor that has some ceruleum in it still.
medical kits. Something at least. Small sack. That might have something. Okay, so that's a so I have regen for 4 minutes. Okay, that's good at least. All right, I'm gonna try looking closer to the whatchamacallit, towards the Magitech armor I'm looking for. There's a chance one of these tempered soldiers might have the key at the very least. I'm gonna have to go back around. Considering the time frame, I can't just go and fight everything, even with regen. Where am I gonna get cerulean from, though? Alright. Someone help. You okay? You're not turned? Thank goodness, I thought it was the only one left. The Jags got my hand when they took down my Magitech Reaper. If you can repair its leg, it should work. Here, take this key. It's running through them. You might find some more in the wreckage. Alright, you've got the key. So, wreckage time. I need to find more wreckage that I haven't inspected yet. Oh, wait, no. It's still the Reapers I have to search. Okay. Some of these spots aren't glowing anymore. I think I saw some new enemies spawn in all the way over there. Yeah, let's head all the way down this path. I see something over there. Fuel concealing wreckage. Alright, that's good at least. Alright. Oh boy, and it's heavy. Oh good. For a second there I thought it would be like, your hands are full, you can't go and search this thing. Alright. Get out of the way. Come on. I should have taken out more of these Imperials on the way. Have these things always been so heavy? We carried like 3 of them like there was nothing earlier. Alright. Alright, so we've got normal stuff. Still gives us access to more weaponry, or more health rather than on our own. Alright. You there, help us! You okay, dude? This way. Oh, there's more of them. Is our health regen a part of us being like, you know, having the echo? I got you. All right. Look, they found us. Get ready. Ugh. Oh crap, somebody's going down over there. No. Oh no! Oh crap, 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 crap. Oh crap, those things. Oh crap. Unable to escape the blast, you begin to lose consciousness. Come on. Why are you opening up everything else? The timer's still going down. You crawl to safety and regain consciousness. The lesser your strength, crawl to Camp Broken Glass. I'm not gonna get there in time. It's so far away. Even with 10 minutes, it's not enough. It's so far.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna, and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Eulus? His symptoms were particularly severe.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glacius. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our missing friend. May the Fury guide you.
Of all the bloody times for a disappearing act.
Right when the first wave struck. We'd be fools to think it a coincidence.
Please be able to tell
Where
that it's
even to
not
begin the
me
search?
when Xena
No
shows up.
one saw her leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
While I know full well she can handle herself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Well, time to call off the search.
Y'shtola, I need you to notice my ether is different.
Case closed.
That's her, over there.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive her presence?
I am. Perhaps, in the aftermath of the wave, there is some residual effect interfering with my faculties. But
Oh no! My arms
where
weren't
have you
loaded in.
been? We've been worried sick.
Now, all's well that ends well. Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Who are you?
Good, they can tell immediately. I made it. Enough, Xenos!
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go. But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I've yet to pay my respects. so in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows.
Oh boy.
Particularly effective, that.
What do you need the ceruleum for?
Charitable souls that you are, you bent over backwards to aid them, heedless of the delay, predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered. Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether, and then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles.
Uh-huh.
The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken, and all shall bear witness to the final
Why do I feel like
days.
us killing Anima is going to, like, let him summon Zodiark? For some reason.
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world,
I'm allergic to Xenos.
and death shall follow in my wake.
You better not just do anything to my friends, Xenos.
All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
I don't like this.
Thank goodness. She's awake.
Am I me again? I am. Is everyone alright?
Perfectly fine, yes. I hope the same can be said of you.
I'm me again. Thank goodness.
Everything in working order? That's a relief. Oh, and before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly. A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly. Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our assault on the Tower of Babel.
Babil. That was such an interesting section. I'm really glad they did that actually, but like, oh, I'm glad everyone's okay. I was just sitting here being like, the worst case scenario would have been if Xenos used our body and our weapon to go and kill one of our companions. You're certain you're well? Nothing out of place? No missing bits? Good, though I won't promise the same for Van Daniel and Xenos after I'm through with them. How much of these people are suffer before they're sated?
How many cruel, pointless tricks must they play? Prelude to the final days, or no? This ends now. Let's talk to everybody. No apologies necessary, least of all from me. If anything, there's a strange comfort in knowing I'm no longer the only one to have been used as a villain's puppet, though I pray you'll be the last. Yes, 'tis still you. I apologize. I realized too late that the ether emanating from the tower was distorting my perception. 'Twas likely a temporary effect, but I remain wary. Full glad am I to see thee awake and restored to thine own flesh once more. Whatever that was, let's not do it again, eh? Thank heavens you are you again. It gave me quite a fright. That body you were forced to inhabit during the turned cold and stiff the moment you returned to your own. Perhaps the soul it belonged to is long gone. Let's pray it is so, for I doubt it would be better off in the care of Xenosaur's Fandaniel. I will require a detailed report on what occurred whilst you were not yourself, for the contingent, of course. It can wait until later, however. For now, it's enough that you've returned. Are you certain you've recovered? You mustn't push yourself, especially after an experience like that. Alright. Who are we talking to? Lucia. Gateway of the Gods. We're probably gonna have a dungeon followed by a trial, would be my guess. Are you well enough to make your report? Anima was summoned with the corpse of the Emperor Varus. Does their depravity know no bound? It seems not. More to the point, we can surmise that the wave of ether issued from the Tower of Babel, but from the primal lurking within it instead. A primal whose cry rang rather more loudly in your ears than ours. If you were taken to the tower itself, then this proves beyond a shadow of doubt that it is the beating heart of the Telafroy machinations. In any case, we have some highly relevant information. As many of you know, ever since we dispatched troops to free the Leviers, we've been developing a plan to infiltrate the tower. According to Thancred and his scouts, the main structure is lousy with tempered and enemy magitech. Furthermore, the road leading to it has collapsed, making it difficult to approach in numbers. Thus, do we propose dividing our forces into two parties, one to distract, one to infiltrate. The diversionary force will be comprised of the Ishgardian, Gridanian, and Lomensian delegations. They will begin the construction of bridges to make the Telafroy believe we are marching upon the tower. Meanwhile, the best suited of our Alamegan, Ul'dan, and Eastern comrades will use a different method of ingress. Look here. Ooh, so that's what the map fully looks like. The facility marked in red is the Enceladum, a vast magitech manufactory. It's in ruins now, of course, but the freight tunnel connecting it to the erstwhile Imperial Palace remains intact. While the Telafroy attention is elsewhere, our infiltration force can use it to enter the tower undetected. Be aware, however, that the underground rail network remains very much operational. The Tempered are using it to bring supplies to the tower even now. If it can carry their materiel, it can carry us too, provided we sneak aboard it unseen. Hopefully this goes smoothly. I feel like that's going to be our dungeon. The Scions will lead the infiltration party. Once inside, you must locate and dispatch Fandaniel and Xenos. We'll save the people of Garlemald and those who suffer the world. I will have my vengeance yet. It's time we ended this once and for all. I know we're only level 87, but I believe we can do it. Aye, there's no more casualties of there'll be no more casualties of the Telafroy's maniacal ambition. How quickly can we enact this plan? Fandaniel made it quite clear that a haste is a priority. A paramount of concern even, assuming he didn't name the Tower Babel on a whim. In Amon's time, it meant Gateway of the Gods. Zande used it to refer to a void gate. But in this case, it is almost certainly alludes to something altogether greater. The eldest and most powerful of primals. All the more reason to act now. The rest of the contingent is aware of the plans and are ready to move at a moment's notice. You are to proceed north to form Patens. Lisa's group will meet you there. As ever, we are grateful for your foresight. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Spare no effort in your preparations. Alright. And off we go! We're headed straight there. Looks like it. Alright. Alright. I am considering they just reiterated what Vitra's, you know, counsel of making sure we protect everyone. I am exponentially worried that we're about to lose somebody at this dungeon. Maybe not in the dungeon proper, but like in the events immediately following. No, it's those horse centurion dudes from Bosja. Odd decision to go and make a robot that's both not only a horse but a man riding on the robot horse. A little silly if you ask me, but hey. All right. Magni. The sun does not sneak. However, he will travel his path of yours, and those who walk with him will bask in his radiance. These frigid lands, I am to accompany you into the tower. It is an honor as ever. Hey, Lise. Echo, the way into the tunnel is clear. We've made sure of it. Wish you'd made sure to bring a coat instead. How are you alive? Oh, I'll warm up once I throw a punch or two. Huh, barely enough claws to swallow a newborn. Clearly you have spent too much time around this feral dog of Dothar. Watch your tongue, fool, lest I feed it to the crows. We will see who is the fool when you freeze to death. Expect me not to warm your ill-prepared hide. These furs are for myself and for my Namam alone. Shall I be blessed to meet her this day? As if any woman of worth would wish to be warmed by you, little son. Should we find a warrior within, she will bask in my glorious flame. Stop, both of you. Save your fire for the enemy. As for extra furs, I have plenty to spare. Cyrena is like the one responsible person babysitting the two kids just constantly fighting each other. As do we. You need to free yourselves up and use your actual outfits for the dungeoning, I suppose. Hello everyone, all set for battle I see. Yes, free of unnecessary encumbrances. It's rather more susceptible to the cold. Let's review our strategy quickly, if you don't mind. Pippin's group has already gone ahead to the Encoladium. We are to meet them there. We will wait until tempered attention is drawn by our diversionary forces. Then we sneak onto the train. Next stop, Tower of Babel. If any tempered includer are injured, we exactly will tend to them. You scions must press on, no matter what. Got it. we should avoid moving as a group until we're underground. So we'll need to make our own way to the Encoladium. See you there. Dungeon. Oh, we're just meeting up here and then going further north. Okay. Another one of those giant tree dudes. Oh wait. I walked right past the entrance. Chokabuki. Now that the tempered ones are aware of our plan, they will doubtlessly start pouring in at any moment. But we need way. My brothers and I will see that none shall pass. Go forth and wreak your destruction. You, Thancred, and the others, go on ahead. We'll make sure you're not pursued. Hey, Chucho. Echo, we will take up the rear so as to ensure you are not caught unawares. Trust that we will always have your back. Now go and finish this fight. Sure thing. Alright, Pippin. Ha! It's good to see you, Echo. We heard that you collapsed, but were given only the most cursory explanation. I'm glad you recovered, and quickly enough to take part in the operation at that. As you will have heard, we've secured the way in. Some few are to remain behind to keep your escape route clear. Our comrade from Lent's Tears will lead the way into the station. I'll join you soon. Alright. Honestly, I thought this tunnel was going to be the dungeon. But it makes sense that the palace itself would probably be the dungeon. Hey guys. Voiced? No. This is everyone. Sounds like the party started. Consider the enemy well and truly distracted. Time to go. Our primary objective is, of course, the Telafori's leaders. But should we be presented with an opportunity to vanquish Anima, we must seize it. If it is indeed the force behind the towers, destroying it will deliver our allies from the Telafori's reign of terror. And I, for one, would not see the Garland people manipulated any longer, be it by Primal, Ascian, or anything else. Here, here, there's been enough of that. We came to help the people of Garlemald, and that's what we're going to do, together. Till the very end. The train should be coming along any moment now. Prepare to board, everyone. Alright. They're making sure to show us everyone. I feel like someone is dying on this mission. I feel like it, I actually feel like it might be Lise. Especially if she's not a trust companion for this upcoming dungeon. Tower of Babel, now accessible. I hope that they didn't make Anima a whatchamacallit, like the dungeon boss. Aye, aye, kill no man. I've not forgotten your instruction. I must settle for crushing the Iron Men's toys. Their blue blood will feed my flames. Your comrades tell me the Tulafroy abducted you on the selfsame eve they so rudely interrupted our meal. A brazen feat that would make a Buduga proud. But even had it not ended poorly, it was a disappointment in many respects. I have decided that when we return triumphant, the Oronoir will hold a far grander feast on the Azim Steppe. You have permission to attend.
Sure thing, Magni.
It's likely the anima, at least, will notice that when we enter the tower. There's no point in trying to stay hidden after that. So when the time comes, I say don't overthink it and pass straight through. Strange, though this will be a more fearsome fight than any Nadam, I feel at ease. Maybe it's because I have Sadu, Magni, and you at my side. Maybe it's because we fight for all Exalia. And more peoples beside. There is but one path, and that way leads to victory. The train we're boarding is meant to carry supplies and armaments and the like. With any luck, we can slip past the Tempered as they go and about loading the freight.
Alright. We're going to take a quick break right here. And then when I get back, we are going to talk to everybody. And then we will decide on who we're bringing with us. So I'll be right back. Alright. Let's get to talking. Alright, you got to say, Thancred. We were only able to ascertain that the tunnel connects to the tower. I fear I have little more offers, I have little to offers to the details in the interior or present situation therein. If Van Daniel is to be believed, we don't have the luxury of time to scout ahead. So, we'll have to trust in your instincts. They've served us well enough thus far.
'Tis no meager delight to watch Alize and Aphino grow more resolute in mind and heart. And remarkable though their accomplishments may be, I doubt not that they are destined for still greater things. Grant them thy protection, Master Louisoix, I implore thee. If Fandaniel truly is Aemon, to create a gate through which a primal may pass will not be beyond him. From what I gather, he was utterly brilliant and utterly mad. Assuming Fandaniel intends to make Zodiac serve as a catalyst for the final days, one cannot but wonder if he willingly parted ways with the other Ascians long ago. Surely they would not have permitted the very god they created to forestall the world's end to be used in such a way. When Xenos murdered Varus, Gaius was upon him in an instant. Seldom have I seen such fury. I won't pretend to know the bond they shared, but pain, fear, rage, I know them well. I know it can drive a man drive a man to drown in them. Though his homeland may have wished for his blade, my lance will roar in its stead. I am only too aware that our intervention may not be what many of Garlemald's people want or need right now. Not every tragedy can be laid at the feet of the Thalaphroi, certainly not that of Licinia and her sister. Nevertheless, we must follow our conscience, and mine has led me here. Much as I'd like to be the one to wipe that grin off of Fandaniel's smug little face, I haven't lost sight of why we're here. Our ultimate goal is to prevent the Thalaphroi from doing any further harm, no matter how. But if I do get the chance to introduce my fist to his jaw, and gods do I hope I do, I won't turn it down. Alright. So, I feel like I will have
I stand ever ready.
Graha tank, and then
'Twould be a pleasure as always.
Alphino and Alize. Since I didn't bring Alize last time, she's like a good combination of people. The Tower of Babel. Hyland, make sure no one dies. Please. The Tower of Babel. Babil. Alrighty.
Now or never.
Oh, this is that awesome track from the job action trailer. So it's a dungeon theme. That's sick. I need this orchestra scroll. Duty commenced. Bonus will be rewarded with first time completion. We'd better clear the train from threats before we arrive, or things could get nasty. Alright guys, let's go. Us and our giant clump of NPCs. Alright. Alright. This as well on everybody.
You cannot stop us.
Oh. What's that? Oh, it's from the one we can't target. There we go. Oh, we got more of them.
be done. I'm so glad that like Dragoon can switch between melee and or like single target and AoE so easily now. We're slowing down. Our destination must be close. Look, captives, help me free them. You may leave them in our care. Ah, begin off here.
You cannot stop us!
I do appreciate these moments where they have like our extended like group basically go and work together.
You cannot stop us!
Let's take them down. Alright. Just fall. Moment's reprieve. From here onward, we should split into 3 groups and divide their attention. Alright, we got this way. Best of luck. Barbanabas. And there's a scientist with them. My beautiful little boy will keep the tower free of vermin. What were you doing, foolish boy? The vermin are over there. Basically, immediately killed his master. Good job, my dude. Where are you going?
I have you now. You cannot stop us!
Crap. He's targeting me. Oh, I did that way early. Magnets. How do they work? Thunder call. Expand, okay.
Hold still.
Alright, get over here, Alpha No.
Hold still.
I have like failed to go and do my other combo like 3 times in a row. Bye-bye, Barbados. Imperial Boots of Scouting. What eye level are these? 530. The alarm should be disabled now. With that, I believe we can use the lift. What could they possibly need such an enormous lift for? Oh, Venus must be near. I'm sneezing again. Oh, everyone's here. Oh crap.
Allow me.
I have you now.
Alright. No need to go full burst yet. There's only a handful of them left. Alright. We going up? We're going up. In there, you two. The sun does not heed the barking of feral dogs. I mean, how sick would it be if we were able to have people from the first with all of us in like this scenario too? Suck that they're stuck in a different dimension. Alright. No sky armor today. Get out of here. What could they possibly need such an enormous lift for? Indeed, we'd best be prepared for any eventuality. Oh, big boys. Alright. Get out of here. Alright, that it? Looks like it. So we're past the verge. Let's see who gets there first. These bones. Definitely gives me anima vibes. It's interesting that anima in 10 was like a woman, and it's, I guess, a guy in this one. Because of it being based off of Varys this time. Come on.
There you go. And you.
The Babel Avenger is a monkey.
Alright, that's good. Actually, let me double check something real quick about traits. Did they? I have a feeling. Did they change how Ryan Thrust works? Traits. Draconian Fire. Where's it falling? Is Draconian Fury just not a trait? Okay. I'll check that out later. I get the feeling that they might have changed the, like, you must get the perfect effect thingy. The positional on these in order to get right in thrust.
There must be something, some way to reach the upper floors. Magitech. No, wait. There's something far worse.
You just lead in immediately with that. Good old Alize.
You cannot stop us!
Watch. What are you doing? Chakram. Alright, you've got 2 marked. Oh wait. That makes us tiny. So that they go over us? And then this will make us big, right? No, that makes us a frog. Okay. Interesting. Wasn't there a... I feel like there was an Omega Ray that had similar ability or like mechanics to this.
Not quite like a nothing like a good old-fashioned explosion.
Uh-oh. Okay, so they're grid bombs.
Lord Zenos put me in charge for a reason. I'll have your heads for playthings.
Heavy. Oh, we're underwater, so we have to become frogs.
Even the mightiest warrior can't fight without air.
Alright, and let's go back to normal. Oh wait, it wore off.
Something special for you.
Alright, I've seen enough of your tricks. I got a good grasp on how we're gonna finish you off now. Bombs over here.
Chris, you have bested me, but you're not a match for Lord Zenos. Thanks for waiting. That was that what I trust all was well.
Alize, was he tempered? Maybe. Where's the Azim Step crew?
Oh, there they are. Go, I'll deal with these whelps. Oh, okay. Oh wait, we go further down this way. Alright. You guys hang in there. You guys aren't allowed to die either. The Iron Womb. Oh boy. That's not an ominous name at all. I sense a great evil all around us. How high up does this place go? Ethereal distortion. We can see anima in the distance. Is that... is that Varys? A primal, summoned by the Guardians themselves.
You cannot stop us!
Alright. There we go. Oh, what's happening? Interesting. Alright. Just keep blasting them.
Allow me.
You underestimate me.
Can I? I cannot target them here. I'm like, I feel like I could get a pot shot on that dude with my spear. Alright. What's left?
I have you now.
Alright. We going this way? Looks like. I'll grab the next slot. So many extra AoEs. Graha, you need to move out of the spot.
I have you now.
Alright.
Allow me.
Where is Graha standing? Okay, he's at least not in the circle. Alright. So wait, are we fighting anima here?
Icon of icons. Anima. Alright. I promise everyone, all the horrors of valor cannot compare.
Hold still.
No positionals needed, baby! Lunar nails. Interesting. Okay.
I have you now.
Mega gravitation. Party wide. Anima begins feeding on souls. Uh-oh.
I have you now.
You cannot stop us.
Oh, I need to move, 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 move. It's like, I'm dead. I was trying to backflip out of the way. Alas, my backflip would not save me there, as I had already used it. Alright. Don't worry about that, you guys. Totally on pride. Don't worry. I may not like the field battle music, just because it kind of ruins the ambience and stuff. But the boss theme here is really good. I like the just sort of like desperate tempo of this one compared to Shadowbringers. Like Shadowbringers' dungeon boss theme was more of a build up, like sort of like hopeful pride, or not pride, but like triumphant kind of thing. This one has a lot more tension to it. Alright. Alright, so basically we're looking for it to where it goes and builds off, like circles off, quarters off stuff. Alright, got it. Micrograviton. Field wide. Alright, now we're getting tethered. I got hit by that. Uh-oh.
Allow me. Hold still.
Alright. Alright, let's get out of the way of that. It grows.
Allow me.
Imperator. Uh-oh. A horrific roar tears at the fabric of reality. Anima's dimension. Uh-oh. Wails of lamentation call forth chaotic energies. Oh, wait. Is this gonna be the Hades mechanic where they're coming forward? No. Oh, wait. We're losing terrain. Oh, okay. So they fire off in blinds. Obliviating Claw for this. The art of reality plunges into chaos. Let us sing amongst the chaos. Uh-oh. I'm not firing off that Mirage Dive, am I? Anyone's feeding on souls again.
With heart and steel. With heart and steel.
Oh, they gave her. Did they change her LB? That looked like a line. Alright, where's safe? Over here in this corner.
There. Allow me.
You underestimate me.
Okay. Just a little bit further. Killed it on the way back down. Glory. Glory. Glory be. Alright. Varys, they did you dirty. I understand now why Anima probably can't be a trial, because I'm presuming if Zodiark is a trial, then we'd have two dark themed bosses to give us like weapons from, which would look kind of funky, to be honest. Alright. Let's desynth any of this slaying gear, because I will have my old accessories for that. Alright. Cross our fingers.
Farewell, Varys. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Come. The other two await.
Van Daniel and Xenos. So your towers shouldn't be an issue anymore, but what are you... You don't seem bothered by it.
This madness ends here.
Oh, hush. This is the best part.
Enough!
Ah, shut up, Amon.
Oh, mighty Zodiac! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Do we just have we gathered enough mana from the... And the Tower of Babel is a cannon.
Some manner of magical defense?
Kryl! How far have you managed to drag yourself here?
How?
As Hydaelyn?
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
Hydaelyn, feeble relic of a forgotten age. Hark! Victory is mine!
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The elemental seal is breaking. Is wind holding true? You're out of mana! Oh boy, no more ether for you, I'm on.
No more ether. And I was so close. My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves.
Whatever it takes.
I won't let you.
What was that?
The final order issued by Anima to the Tempered Thralls.
Destroy the tower?
Should the Empire fall, the world must share her fate. Of course, Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was but a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
You madman, you monster!
Are they just committing mass suicide?
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and they're powerless to prevent it. We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
And there they go. Hydaelyn.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiac remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination. Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him. Seek his aid. Restore the seal. Zodiac must not be set free.
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp. The others are doing their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Fandaniel said.
You stay here. Garlemald's fate is in your hands. I'll take care of it. I don't see another way.
You're going alone?
Unfortunately.
You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours.
You'll be safer down here, to be perfectly honest. At least if something happens on the moon, I won't have to worry about something happening to you guys.
Our friends in the Tempered need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no telling what you'll find.
Alright, let's take a quick moment, and then when we get back, I guess we're going to the moon. Alright, I'm back. Man, am I surprised that the writer of 14 watched Symphogear as well. That anime had a whole ending of the first season where, you know, this whole tower, literally called the Tower of Babel, was secretly a cannon that to go and shoot the moon and break a seal. So, hey. Cryo's unconscious. Oriange? Fear not for Cryo. Go forth and return, I prithee. She channeled a dangerous amount of ether, and that's not to say nothing of the teleportation magic she must have used to get here. Yet Cryo and Highland both were clearly willing to take the risk. Huh. We're moving out to rendezvous with the remainder of the contingent. Leave everything here to us. Stand there for just for a moment, please. Prepare for good luck. Now you can't possibly fail. We've no time to worry. We've no time for worrying over what's done. Let's go. As I suspected. I feel like Estanian would be like, I'm going with you. I won't exactly be useful down here anyways. Something like that. If all the Tempered are affected, Ulysses and his comrades are likely to put up quite the struggle. We'll find a way to save them. We must. I only pray we are not too late. In the meantime, may the 12 carry you to victory. Renown to, yep, trust. I have faith in you, now and always. A trip to the moon. Grahati is pondering the technological marvel you have just beheld. My apologies. I was lost in thought. The device is of elegant design, which leads me to think I was right about Van Daniel. No matter what he claims, he still has an attachment to the trappings of his past. Whether knowing this will make you make your path forward clearer, I cannot say, but bear it in mind. But let us turn to the task at hand. As Highland said, the flow of ether will transport you to Mare Lamatorum. We must hope this ally of hers can provide you with the necessary assistance to restore the seal before Xenos and Fandaniel arrive to stop you.
It seems we are ever one step behind, but I have faith that you'll make up the difference. Know that whatever awaits, our prayers are with you. Now go, beyond the sky. Alright. To the moon. You guys be careful.
Long, long before Garlemald was forged to imprison an Elder Primal, the eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place, his cradle and his grave. Silent lamentations and prayers of hope echo soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.
Garlemald. You, with me, Heidelin's champion. An Amertine? You know, for some reason I was hoping we'd have, like, moon jump here, to be perfectly honest. Oh, wow. I wonder what the explanation for why there's air on the moon is. I return. I must. Why? 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 Oh wait, I have two charges of my jump now. Oh, that's right, I hit 84. Huh. Yeah, 84's trait was enhanced by Gyro Dive. Alright. Okay, that's good. So I can keep one for mobility now. Home. I want. I need. You mustn't touch. In cerulean halls, find me. This day pleasantly feels just cold. Which is interesting, going from Garlemald to here. Hey, Valand. No steps echo through this looming spire save your own, but nevertheless, you nevertheless sense a presence above. Oh, definitely a Martine. Somebody out over here on this balcony? The Watcher. Apologies. I have been preoccupied for quite some time and am out of practice at conversation. Ever since this moon was created by Heidelin, I have managed to serve. I have served as an integral part. I am the Watcher. Oh, I am responsible for the prisoner and the device that holds him fast. He's right there. Zodiac. Zodiac himself, a projection of the moon's core. Though rent asunder by Heidelin, he grows more powerful with every rejoining. 7 there have been, 7 too many. And yet, for all his servants' machinations, he reigns incomplete. The fallen are beyond saving. No attempt would be made to free Zodiac, not until he is whole once more. But someone has taken action. The shackles that hold him are nearly shattered. 6 lock to the gallows, great and grand. Gargantuan swords driven deep, brands to bind Zodiac forevermore. 5 were destroyed by his would-be liberator. 1 of these I have restored. I strive to mend the remaining 4, but my efforts are being impeded. Somebody down there. Soul sacrifice to summon Zodiac, the manifestation consequences of the waning seal. They labored in opposition to my work. They must be expelled for the preservation of all. If keeping Zodiac in prison is the right thing to do, I will aid you. I will only resort to expelling them if all else fails. They are still souls of our friends. Of that I have no doubt. You are her chosen. I am the Watcher and the Jailer. I am not the judge. Know this, Hydaelyn commands the forces of stasis, and this moon is the product of such power. So long as Zodiac remains imprisoned in this place, no more sacrifices will be made in his name, nor will those souls rendered up in his name fade into oblivion. Go, meet with these wandering spirits. Do what you think is right. So wait, when the seal's broken, are they going to disappear? The Watcher would have you deal with the specters haunting the moon. You must confront those lost souls, yes, but you need not expel them by might of arms. A feather touch, a firm word, simple methods may send them away. Faint echoes as they are. Where the strength of sentiment that drives them, however, emotions that do not fade even with the passage of centuries. And make haste, though yet distant, unwelcome guests draw closer. Alright. Where? When? How long? Was it truly so long ago? Yeah, your time has passed. We were happy, at peace with the star. We nurtured it, helped it grow, with our will, our creations.
What's that? Sure enough. Ah. This right here is the only new actual skill that doesn't get replace something, looks like. Hey there, buddy. We were the star's beating heart, its life. Every soul a drop of blood flowing through its veins. To live, to learn, to create, to make it better. The star flourished, as did we. Do you remember? I wish I did. As the whisper dies, the final spirit fades. No shadows of time long lost remain around the drowning band. Oh my goodness, it's adorable! What? It's a mop dog. Mop dog! An unusually lustrous dog is gazing at you with what seems to be fond anticipation. Let me pet the dog! It appears waiting for you to follow it. Good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, yeah, you're a very good boy. I'm very happy to be petting you. Lustrous dog. Aww. You got an anime protagonist haircut too. Aww. Follow the lustrous dog and try not to fall behind. Where's a good dog? Let's go, buddy. Were you my traveling companion in the past? Do I know you? Because you seem to know me. Discovered a new location. Where are you taking me? One of the shattered seals? Oh, there's more people over here. Temperamental spirit. The dog silently regards the spirit that lurks near the brand. Hey, buddy. We and the star were fulfilled. Wanted for naught, mourned for naught. So why? Why did it have to end? Oh, they just silence you. Interesting. The final days taught us to fear a death forced upon us.
The injustice of duties and dreams left unfulfilled, the grief of unexpected partings, swift as darkness, cold as ash. Such tragedy, yet no catharsis. Such truth, yet no consolation.
As the whisper dies, the spirit fades. All is silent and still around the numbing brand. The lustrous dog is once again staring at you expectantly. And who are you to deny it? Follow and try to not fall behind. Where are we going, buddy? We going straight through the mob? It's okay. These iguanas have holes in them. Regolith. Aliens. Luna Tender. Such creepy looking cactus boys. The dog suddenly regards a shadow lurking near the brand. The crushing brand. Our perfection came crumbling down. Such overwhelming despair. That moment we knew the end was nigh. A faintest glimpse of hope remained. We gave our lives that others may live. We gave ourselves to Zodiac. Zodiac, our Lord and Savior. To forge our world anew. To live and love again. Become one with the star. Fire, fill earth and heaven with life. Birth paradise where fear is a distant memory. Pardon me, but would you be so kind as to step aside? Ah, the unmistakable color, the soul of Azem. But not the friend I knew, I think. Nevertheless, you are you. Huh. So Amixel meant for you to have it. You seem surprised. Why might that be? We meet again, Hythlodaeus. Again? I do not believe I have yet had the pleasure. I met you. A recreation of you, but I met you.
Emit created shade in my likeness, and not only me, but all of Emerald. How very much like him. A slave to sentiment, even after an eternity. As you may have guessed, I am different from the shade you met before. No mere approximation, but the original. A soul sacrificed to Zodiac. We remember in vivid detail the event leading to our purgatory. The plans and plots for our resurrection, Heidlin's intervention, and Zodiac's and the star's final fate. And then we drifted in a waking dream, our minds steeped in fog, until you came. I know not what you and your friends intend for Zodiac or the future of the star. Nevertheless, if in you I place my trust and faith, in you I choose to believe as if itself did. Believe in yourself, and all will be well. It's good to see you, Hythlodaeus. With more new arrivals, though. Ah, Fandaniel, that color I know. And another I do not, an unfamiliar but fearsome being. You don't recognize Xenos' soul. I have kept from you your duty. By way of apology, I will ensure that the shades hinder you no more. Protect the final brand. Right. Let's get a move on then. Farewell, you. Fare you well, my new old friend. Sea of Sorrow. So they've basically been like Ardbirds this whole time. Dog! We gotta go, dog. It's not safe here. The martyr. Something has raised the lustrous dog's hackles. The dog growls, agitated. Number 10, come on, boy. Cry havoc and let's slip the dog of war. That's you, by the way. Let's go protect the brand. The dog nudges you with its nose. You get the feeling it wants you to hop on. Let's go! Yo, dog mount! Please tell me you become a mount afterwards, my good friend. If you could have flown this whole time, you're so silly. The searing brand, the crushing brand, the numbing brand, the drowning brand, the biting brand, the striking brand. Every one of them's broken, but here. Xenos, look at this dog. It's got better hair than you. We too late?
In the nick of time to savor the crowning triumph. Unbound and free at last. Arise, Zodiac!
You're wanting to free the half version of him. What do you think is going to happen? He's not whole. Look how much of your god you're missing.
deprived of heart and will by the loss of dearest Elidibus. A creature of pure instinct.
You're gonna become the new Heart, Fandaniel?
Wanting for guidance. But powerful. Oh, so powerful. More so with every passing moment. Such potential. Even in this incomplete state. Still the savior who delivered a world from certain doom.
So, here we stand. You know my intent. Consume the god, then the world. Stoke your fury to a raging inferno, and dance among the ashes. Or perhaps you would face me here and now. A lesser but welcome amusement.
I mean, I feel like if I fight you now, it's not gonna stop Fandaniel, but it's better than nothing.
Yes. A taste to whet the appetite.
Sorry to spoil the moment, but might I ask that you postpone the slaughter until I've said my piece? I promise I will be brief.
I'm gonna javelin you here, my dude. I should have brought my
You
oars with
remember
me.
when I told you that I wanted to die and take everyone with me? I meant it.
You're betraying even Xenos. We are the savior. We are the guardian, the keeper of natural order. We are the martyr, the bestower of new beginnings. We are.
Such lofty aspirations. And what sweet irony that the world's saviors will become the agents of its destruction.
It cannot end this way. We must return and be made whole. We are the will of the star, now and forever. For the greater good, for the sake of the world.
Wrong, 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 wrong! Lies and delusion! The dead have no power over me. You will be silent. Silent as the grave!
No more, we beg of you. The star must endure. Come to me, my friends.
Believe and walk in faith. Let the light of your soul shine for all to see.
Amen.
Not quite the outcome you'd imagined, but a fitting one nonetheless. Don't you think so, Hades?
This is some major Kingdom Hearts looking iconography, but hey, I can dig it.
All I craved and more. Boundless power. Mine to command.
Zodiac's our first trial.
I had intended to pit my fractured divinity against Xenos, but a more tempting option presents itself. The greatest obstacle to my ambition. You will trouble me no longer.
The dark inside, now accessible. Alright. And now we wait. Because I am a DPS, which means this is going to take a while. This is 26 minutes. Ugh. I'm both surprised, but also kind of not that our first trial might be Xenos. Like, as soon as I realized Anima wasn't going to be a trial, it became one of those things where it was like, okay, well, what's our first trial going to be? Because we're getting dangerously close to what would probably make a decent sort of trial moment, and if it wasn't Anima, it needed to be something else. So. Alright. What's the weather here? Polarization. So, hey, Zodiac, would you feel awkward if I just kinda left, you know? What if I was just sort of like, you know, it's a shame that, you're just kinda here. But what if I, you know, just open up my teleportation menu while I'm waiting for my now 29-minute queue time? And I just, you know, I'm curious. No, I don't want to open up Party Finder. I feel like that's risking getting spoiled. I just, wouldn't it be really funny if I just, kinda, I mean, imagine if I'm right here and then the next moment I'm like, bye. Anyways. So we now, welcome to my leveling up stream, as I go. Alright. Well, long queue times are the enemy of dramatic tension. Might as well level up the others. Considering most of the big changes have been to DPS classes, it makes sense that like it's it's just overwhelmed with a number of DPS characters. Where? Ah, here we go. Come on, violin. Let's do this fate. Oh, that's right. My muscle memory is doing Dragoon, so I'm like, oh, time to swap over real quick. Oh boy, 8-minute wait time now. How far will it go? Look at all these people. There we go. The other reason I imagine for the long wait time is just with everybody working on MSU, there probably aren't as many people doing whatchamacallit, like roulettes. At least not right now, anyways. My violin. Let's find what we're looking for down here. Fish trap? Here we go. This is part of the reason why I kind of... this kind of exact thing is one of the reasons why I was a healer at the beginning through Shadowbringer's story. Because that just meant, like, insta-Q times for everything. Unfortunately, I'm not such a crazy fan of tanking these days that I would do the expansion as that. I'm too much of a Dragoon at this point. Unlike thunderstorms, I think are probably one of the most beautiful places around here. Like, one of the prettiest maps in the game. And here we go. Missing somebody. There we go. Alright. Time to fight Fan Zodiac. Eternal Darkness, Zodiac. I have summoned my allies. All of the bunny boys.
Establishing connection. All creation shall bend to my will.
Alright, Zodiac. Actual decent division of party. 2 scholars. Oh boy, interesting.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful. The marvels of circus were but playthings.
That looks like the lion's coming out. Oh, it's a triangle. Okay. It's a square. All right. Oh. Didn't make it. All right.
Malice, become flesh.
Lines coming in.
Will you live to see the end?
A little bit more and my next burst phase comes up.
Soon my hold over Zodiac shall be complete! Mine! All mine!
What are you doing, my dude? Oh, your face reveal. You're missing.
At last, I am become Zodiac!
I did that in the wrong order.
The natural order overturned!
Is it gonna turn? Like pivot?
All in existence, bent to my will!
Okay, yeah, it does turn. I didn't move enough.
My life's work! My masterpiece!
Move, 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 move. Move, 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 move. The one in the middle is gonna fire first.
How I've waited for this day!
Oh, I got blasted. Caught me in midair.
All in existence, bent to my will! The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated! From broken skies fall tears of flame! All shall burn! Will you live to see the end?
No! We need more people up. Fresh start. Okay, hit the start on the layout.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful. The marvels of circus were but playthings.
Alright. Those turn out to be pretty easy right up in front of it. And this will be square, so get away.
Malice, become flesh!
Don't want to be within range of those. So he's basically showing us all the mechanics before he goes and throws into spin.
Will you live to see the end?
Alright. It's a square.
Soon my hold of his Zodiac shall be complete!
He's about to...
Mine! All
Yeah, he's changing his phase. I need to get in. Last hit. Alright. Phase 2. We got this.
At last, I am become Zodiac!
I am become God.
The natural order overturned! All in existence, bent to my will! My life's work! My masterpiece!
I don't think I've been hit yet, which is nice. Alright. Enough of this. Sides go up first. How do you avoid that?
Waited for this day!
Oh, whoop! I'm dead. Same thing that got me last time.
All in existence, bent to my will! The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated!
My burst
From broken
phase.
skies fall tears of flame! All shall burn!
Center and then corners.
Will you live to see the end?
Bandano, you little dweeb. I am tired of hearing your voice. I want to beat you already. Rotation again.
All in existence, bent to my will! Will you live to see the end?
How did I not get hit by that?
I have no need for restraint.
That one's square, and then this one is square. And then that one's square. Okay. Really love squares, my dude. Vipers are gonna turn.
All in existence, bent to my will!
flirting skill. Triangle. Get away. Square? Square. Square, and then triangle.
Will you live to see the end?
Just a little bit more. Move, 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 move. I've been hit by that move every single time. I just don't see it coming. And there we go.
Is this the limit of your power? Is this how it ends?
Even with all of that, that's all you could muster, Fan Daniel. Is Xenos gonna eat you now? Well done. My preparations are complete, and I stand ready to steal Zodiac once more. Withdraw now from this place. The teleporter will deliver you to safety. Fan Daniel, have fun being the new heart.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins.
Good job.
And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory.
What are you hoping to accomplish?
From the first, all I wanted was for you to kill Zodiac.
Okay.
'Twas but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. It would have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you live to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire.
Wait, if Zodiac dies, does that mean that we're gonna go back to the rampant chaos stuff that led to the...
Your murder mark the beginning of the end.
That's what's gonna summon the Terminus beasts?
The coming of the final days.
blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber. A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I sneer. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Sunday. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
A tear in space? Oh.
Ah! At last.
Deep breaths, slow and steady. You saw it too, yes? The blue star below, thrown into turmoil. And a voice, too. Then it was no illusion, all was truth. With the death of Zodiac, the laws of nature over which he presided have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. What you witnessed was an omen granted by the Echo, a vision of the horrors to come. Time grows short. That you hopping out, Xenos?
No. I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day.
You basically consumed the fading ether, I guess.
Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me. I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage. For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
Hope will win the day. This is Danganronpa.
We shall see.
See you, Xenos. Wanna be my Vegeta? I sense his presence on the moon no longer. If you need not follow, then I beg you stay and listen to what I have to tell you. Of Zodiac, at the end of all things. The Watcher would discuss grave matters with you. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surroundings is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sense others arriving not long ago. Though my communions with Hydaelyn have grown infrequent, I have learned enough of her from her to know these are your companions. As luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. Alright. What a mess. You know, I thought that originally Fandaniel was going to basically try to recreate whatever caused the final days to occur, but now it's plain to see he just wanted to undo the band-aid that fixed it. Hey everybody! Thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the Temperate before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Crow has also been delivered into their care. Serving as conduit for Hydaelyn's power has taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alize, they insist on remaining in Garlemald, while we three rush to your aid. It appears, however, the matter here have already come to a conclusion. But what manner of conclusion, if I may ask? And is this the ally whom Hydaelyn bade you seek out? He is not unlike the shades of Emerald. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Hydaelyn, together with this place. It was ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiac, or rather, it was my duty. So, Zodiac is dead. Fandaniel combined with them and then committed suicide. Xenos absorbed the surrounding ether, and then... Yeah, and so we're kind of in trouble. Final days is happening. Then Zodiac is no more? Yeah. Not without consequence, I'm afraid. For now, the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the trial days, you shall have need of. Are you all right? My attempts to forestall Zodiac's relief have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest a short while, I shall share with you all I can. Please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? Okay. I shall leave that to you, Echo, while I see that what can be gleaned from the crystals on the lower levels. Take a seat. Seems like there's at least another area here. Zodiac defeated. While he may have been in an incomplete state, that nevertheless was an impressive feat. Even if you hadn't, his demise was inevitable. Fandaniel would have seen to it one way or another. That said, he probably would have wielded Zodiac's power to wreak untold destruction before taking his own life, making this the better of the two unfavorable outcomes. True enough. Dost thou suppose our host has maintained his solitary vigil since the very beginning, without rest or relief? If so, these records comprise the sum total of existence. We must need to handle them with care. I wonder how much just memory and information is contained within here. As you gaze into crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. Daily summary. No, I've never detected these. These appear to be records of long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment. Just endlessly, like, nothing new. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flow through your mind. The records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew as he did strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax Hydaelyn greatly. I wonder if this means Hydaelyn can recover, or if the damage is done. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flow through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's efforts to prepare into the event Zodiac broke free of his prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with Leporits, though it's not clear who or what they are. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The record notes the Watcher musing when Elizabeth is spotted on the moon, though clearly not the first time. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eye until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize he would never dare bring harm to Zodiac so long as he remains imprisoned. Did you learn anything of import? A little bit. So it was as I suspected. Maintaining the brand requires a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the Seventh Umbral calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know as the moon was in fact created by Hydaelyn. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant the facility. Truly, Hydaelyn's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve. No problem. Let's talk.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary.
Yeah.
There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment. But perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before, and comes now again.
It's a bright star in the distance. It's a big purple one. Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world. Aetheris. One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape to to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomena was limited to a single region, but very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where the next corruption would manifest. The etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and sea. Those which flow through the very air. And those of celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal disruption is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incident occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived.
Right.
No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely, with the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set into motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so, rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiac herself, and the star into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness. And then she told me, what she told me they will see was false. Banish the darkness. Perhaps she did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord with spoken word. Hydaelyn and Zodiac are both constructs of man, approximation of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiac was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Aetherius' population. Thus it was necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With that power she dared spare. She cried out to any who might listen, and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetherius and her history. Like Zodiac, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wished to look to the future, and not linger in the prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that.
Thank you, Red.
Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days.
What happens?
Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. So we can't let ourselves fail. Ah, it is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. This way to what? What is that? Beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than anyone that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac in his faithful at bay. She feared the worst and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. The moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetherius to safe harbor. So, abandoning the source? And go where? You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them, and fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. In Shadow's Wake. Helping hands. At long last, the Watcher is ready to fulfill his final duty. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar with whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Hydaelyn created me as a Gaoler, so too did she create Argos as a guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange, mayhaps the unbouncing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he labors in service of Hydaelyn's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for the crushing brand then? Alright. Means we have a bit of a trek to make. I think we're going to kind of, once we wrap up here on the moon, is when we'll take a break so I can get lunch and all this other stuff, so. A bunch of stuff to the north. I hope we have some time before all hell breaks loose. Considering what we've seen of the final days, I don't have a lot of confidence. For all we know, Terminus beasts are already laying waste to the surface. We're still stuck on the moon. I had hoped that doggo was like secretly our bud traveling dog while we were a Zem, but alas, can't get everything you want. The lunar tenders are posing. They're going to dance for me. Naught could prepare me for the boundless beauty of Aetherius, shimmering amidst the sea of stars. A blue sapphire, and but one of countless other jewels brimming with life, no doubt. So close and yet so far. Does not the harsh terrain remind you somewhere we've been before? The Dravanian Forelands Eye. A place that rejects the intrusions of outside, where solitude reigns supreme. At the very least, it sounds suitable for Zodiac's prison. With a little preparation, it might be possible to traverse the gap on foot. Then again, it would be a long, long way down if one should slip, perhaps another time. The place we seek is just ahead, at the Chlorophosogrot. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Ether dog. Alright. Ether dog. Ether dog. Is this where the iguanas come from? Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongi draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed into the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help with the spongoi along? Sure, I guess. Lunar spongoi. Sponge. Is the ether not looking too great because Zodiac left?
Argo!
Hello, good boy. Hello. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to meet you again. A most fascinating creation of Highlands, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argus was quite eager to be by your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when he last showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than the sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. Were you my travel doggo? As for your companions, Argo's reflections. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are already. Then let us return outside so you may cross the chasm. Woof. Such an interesting environment. I was expecting something a little more intimidating and less man's best friend. To whom would Hyland entrust the command of so grand a vessel, I wonder? Garlemald has long been described as the loyal hound of Menfina due to its relation to the Greater Moon. It seems highly improbable, if not impossible, for ancient peoples to have known of Argos, but now I wonder whether there is some connection. The destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb onto Argos' back, and he will take you care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiac's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. As our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it'd be best if we do not all go at once. I propose 2 of us cross first, while Thancred and Andrew wait here. Let's go. Onward! A maleficent ether permeates the crater, remnants of Zodiac most likely. The structure is enormous, though this is hardly surprising given the size of the average emeraldine. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let's head on inside, and oh? You coming, Argos? Most intriguing, a means by which he can surface energy, mayhaps. Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. We'll take things from here. Somewhere safe, alright? Be a good boy, Argos. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Right. Interesting. Oh! That's what I get for not paying attention. Alright. You know, actually, I feel like this is gonna take a little bit longer. So, we're gonna go ahead and stop here. I'm getting kinda hungry. So, when we resume, the moon. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'll see you next time. Later today.